Today, we're going to talk about forming fractions. So, we're going to start with the question, what is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole or a total. Imagine you have a pizza, okay? You probably don't want 3 pizzas or 4 pizzas. You want a slice of a pizza. Imagine if you've got this pizza and you divide it into equal parts. Let's say you divide it into 4 equal parts and you take one of those parts. Then you would have taken 1/4 or 1/4 of a pizza. You wouldn't have taken 1 pizza. You wouldn't have 4 pizzas. You would have taken 1 whole and divided it into 4 parts. So, as we can see here, here's our pizza divided into 4. Imagine I decide to take that part of the pizza, then I would have taken 1/4 of the pizza. What remains? When you take 1/4 of the pizza, we have this part, and this part left. So we'd have 3/4 of the pizza left. Now, some key words that we need to remember for dealing with fractions. This bottom number is the number of parts that we have, and that is called the denominator, not the dominator, which is what some children call it, the denominator. And the top part is the numerator. As we split this pizza into 4 parts, you'll notice that our denominators match. On the other hand, you'll see that our numerators are different. In one of them, we've got a numerator of 1, and the other, we've got a numerator of 3. Let's take this idea a bit further. Imagine that we've got a pie, and we're going to slice it up into, how many slices we have? Let's say we're serving 8 guests. Okay, we can slice it into 4 there, and then we can slice each of those slices up into half. So now we've got 8 slices. Each of those slices will be 1/8, because the total number of slices is 8 and they're equal. The numerator is 1 because we've taken one of those slices. Now, how many slices makes a whole pie? You should get 8 slices. We need 8 slices to make a whole pie. You can imagine a question that asks how many 8ths are in one whole. Now, notice that it's spelled 8ths and not 8ths. The THS ending indicates that it's a fraction. So, because each of these slices are equal, we'd require 8 of these 8ths to form one whole. I also mentioned that a fraction can be a part of a total. Okay, so we're just going to go away from this idea of dividing pizzas and pies and cakes that we can slice up, and think about, let's imagine a character called Daisy. Now Daisy she's got 24 pets. If she has, let's say she's got 4 dogs, she's got 7 cats, 8 hamsters. So far we've got 19. And then she's got 5, what's another good pet? Parrots. Got 5 parrots. Very noisy house. Okay, so you got 4 dogs, 7 cats, 8 hamsters, and got 5 parrots. That makes a total of 24. Well, we can talk about Daisy's pets fractionally. So we can express the number of dogs that she has as a fraction of her total pets. And the way that we do that is we take our total, which is 24. And we make that, is it the numerator or denominator? It's the denominator. So we make 24 our denominator, and then we put the number of dogs, which is 4, over our denominator. Now let's do the same for cats. Have a go at that one yourself. Well, you should get 7 on top because that's how many cats she's got. And then we're going to put 24 underneath as the denominator. So 7 as the numerator, 24 as the denominator. Now let's look at hamsters. She's got 8 hamsters. So we're going to put that on top. And we're going to put 24 underneath. And then finally, parrots. Have a go at this one. You should get 5 on top as the numerator, and then 24 underneath. So you can see here, it's a bit different from expressing a part of a whole, because we've got animals and there's 24 of them. So this is expressing a fraction of a total, or the number of parts in a total. So it's slightly different from what we had before with pies and pizzas and cakes, things that can be sliced up. I hope that was a clear explanation, and I look forward to seeing you next time.